It's Tuesday, so that means a new weekly reset in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Ubisoft also added a new armor set, mount and weapon to the game and more. Everything you need to know in this video, so if you enjoyed that, then a like would be super appreciated. And let's go. Okay, let's start with that Hades set that looks as cool as it sounds. Really, this is one of the coolest armor sets in the game right now. I especially love the helm with the hood and the lava coming out of it. Also the smoke, like coming out of your body. And you also have these drops that fall on the ground, creating this burning effect that disappears after a while. Like you really see it in the dark. So I think it looks really cool. It's once again a warrior set, like no love for the assassin or hunter players so far. And as you expect, it has some extra fire damage. The arms have 15% adrenaline per hit that go really hand in hand with the set bonus. More on that a little later. We got 20% damage with the overpower abilities on the waist. A 5 seconds burning duration, so the enemies burn for longer on the chest. So overall, like really great perks that every warrior player can use. And then we also have the 15% damage with spears. That makes sense because you also have a new spear in this set, the Bidance of the Underworld. That also increases the damage of the spears. And that's a really good legendary perk. 25% warrior damage increase, but minus 15% ranged resistance. So it's really like, go more aggressive, but you lose some defense. Great against the Spartans, for example, since they don't have any archers. So against them, it's like only a win. You have no handicap. So I would say also in other situations that this is clearly the best spear in the game right now. Just like any other legendary set, this Hades set also has a set bonus that you get if you wear the full set. So what it does is that it gives you adrenaline when you use a warrior ability that costs adrenaline. So that sounds really cool, only the effect is really insignificant, namely only 25% of the adrenaline bar, something that you can get easily from like hitting the enemy. So while the idea is great that you get adrenaline after doing an ability, so you need less for the next ability, only 25% of the adrenaline bar is nothing. Something you can, again, easily get through other attacks. Making this set bonus pretty bad, like getting 50% would be way better and also balanced in my opinion. You can engrave it on a waist, by the way. Not sure why you would, although there are only 2 legendary engravings for the waist at the moment, if I'm not mistaken, and the other one is also from a Helix Gear set, so high chance that you don't have that. It's from the Nemean Lion set that I talked about in a previous video. So overall, I would say the perks from this set are great. The set bonus is really bad. Not to mention that I'm mostly like sitting on a lot of the adrenaline segments while playing the warrior playstyle because I just do a lot of basic attacks. So again, not sure why I would need this set bonus. Just like any other gear pack, this pack also comes with a horse called Subress's Offspring. So Subress is of course the hound with the 3 heads. Well, this is a horse. Would be cool if they added that as a mount, by the way. Or as a creature to find would be really cool. Now we have a lava horse instead of a fire horse. And I got to say that I'm not really that impressed. Like, it does match the armor, but it would have been cooler if the horse had some really cool armor as well. Now it's just slightly different from the Origins Fire Horse that we can of course also get in Odyssey by reaching rank 1 in the Mercenary ladder. So comparing the two, I would say it does not really add much, and the Hades set looks great on that Fire Horse as well. So I would say keep the Fire Horse, skip the Lava Horse. Ubisoft also added new ship cosmetics that I normally don't show, but this time they do look pretty cool, so I want to showcase them. It's all Halloween style, just like the Hades set of course. So we got some Nazgul-like creatures for on your ship called the Very Man. So that looks pretty cool, I have to say. They also have this sort of effect coming out of their heads. We have the Reaper figurehead for on your ship. Totally my favorite right now. I love me some Reaper stuff, and having that on your ship, chasing another ship, pretty cool. Or in this case, when you try to escape from other ships. And then we also got the Lost Very ship design that adds to the death look, but it's overall nothing more than just a red skull on a freaking sail. So yes, all these items are of course available in the Helix store, but are also already obtainable through the Ecos of the Olympian store or the Oikos of the Olympian store. Just how you want to pronounce it. I first always said Oikos, and then people said no, you have to say Ecos. And now I say Ecos, and now people say I have to say Oikos. So whatever you want, I will stick with Oikos. You can of course find that store over here on the map, and this guy over here wants your Orichalcum ore that you get from the daily quest on the message board. It appears every day. The weekly quest that appears every Tuesday and gives you a week to complete a certain bounty for 40 ore. And then we also have the live events that should appear every week, but the sad part is that Ubisoft still has not figured out the live event mercenary glitch. Remember 2 weeks ago when the mercenary should appear? Well, this issue is the same this week. They did already announce that there will be a new epic ship though next week called the Tyrant that we of course can kill to also get the ship design from that ship. But yeah, this does not only suck because we do not get to kill a new mercenary, that's of course pretty fun to do, but also because we now miss 80 Orichalcum in total to spend on these gifts, so we can test our luck to get these new Hades items. So it would be nice if they had some sort of compensation that they would add like these Orichalcum ores to everyone's account, something like that, because this is a pretty big deal. Like, we need those ores to be able to get all the items from the Oikos of the Olympian store. So, no info on that. Maybe they will do it. Maybe if enough people talk about it on the forums. I mean, it's not like Ubisoft planned to cancel this live event. They of course want it to continue as well. But we now have this situation, so hopefully they have some sort of compensation. We do, by the way, know that these live events should rotate after a period of time. So in the end, we will get to fight the mercenary, but right now we of course cannot kill it. Luckily, we still have the weekly quest though, although I also don't see that in my game. But we have accessed the Animus that did see it and posted it on their Twitter account. Totally follow them for some Assassin's Creed news as well. So this week it's all about killing Athenian leaders, soldiers, and destroying the resources from Athens. So to get this weekly quest as soon as possible, I would recommend that you go to the Athenian leader houses in the areas that they control, because here you will also find Athenian soldiers and of course the resources that you can burn. And after you got 3 leaders, I think you still need some soldiers maybe and the resources. Then go to the Athenian forts and burn all the resources, kill the soldiers, and you should be done pretty fast. So again, not sure why it's not in my game. It should appear on the message board. Hopefully it will appear later. Let me know if you got the weekly quest in the comments down below. So apart from a new weekly quest, the Oikos of the Olympian store of course also resets. And this week it actually has a mount for sale. It's the Spartan Renegade mount from that set, the Spartan Renegade set. And if you watched that video, then you know that I was not really a big fan of this mount. Like, it has the saddle with the sort of orange-red cloth and the red paint on it. The paint is actually pretty cool, but apart from that, there's really nothing special about this mount. I still think it's cool to have a different mount though, since there are not that many options in the main game that are like slightly different. So that's why I would still say grab it, because you can always like use it and then switch over to another horse. It's kind of cool to switch between them. The only thing that's like keeping me from saying insta buy is the steep price of 200 Orichalcum ore. If it was like 100, I would say go and get it, but now I'm just not sure. I think you can better now buy 10 gifts from this, from the same price, and have a chance to get some Helix Store items. I think 10 gifts, 2 legendary Helix Store items, maybe 3 if you got lucky. So unless you really like the horse, I would say do not spend your ore on it. As for the epic gear, the weapon is useless because of course all the legendary weapons are better in this game. The chest is really good though for assassin players and for your assassin build, thanks to the extra adrenaline per assassination kill. So that can really come in handy to then be able to use your abilities on other targets while you like sneak through the camp. The legs are not that great, like maybe if you are really a fan of using a spear, but I'm never a fan myself of the while low health perk, because you want to be full health all the time. You want to use that second wind ability as much as possible. So I would say nah for the boots. Maybe the chest if you are an assassin player. And yes, that covers it all about the reset, the new items, and the other things going on. Again, I hope my weekly quest suddenly shows up and that Ubisoft figures out what the heck is going on with these live events. Maybe a compensation would be nice. What I can say though is that you want to keep an eye out on the channel for a really big video with info on way more upcoming content coming to the game, including info from my interview with the live content director. Have been teasing it a lot already, but it's really almost here. So subscribe to stay up to date on that, hit the bell icon so you know when that new video goes live, and check out my recent video on locations for upcoming boss fights and way more things that I found and the trophies that suddenly appeared. So a lot of interesting stuff about that going on. and I will of course speak to you next time. So thanks a lot for watching, and goodbye.